Massachusetts voters delivered no major surprises at the polls, but across the country, the midterm elections were something of a referendum on some polarizing decisions made at the federal level. And joining us this morning is U.S. Representative and Marine veteran Jake Auchincloss. Thanks for joining us. You know, you ran unopposed for this, your second term, but many of your Democratic colleagues across the country have had a pretty fierce fight on their hands. Inflation has pushed up the cost of just about everything. Gas prices at one point exceeded $5 a gallon. Many took issue with student loan forgiveness. And even President Biden's cognitive and physical health has been at times concerning. It may be fair to say that neither party would give the current circumstances an A+ rating. So is there something to be taken from that moving forward on behalf of all Americans?
Thanks for having me on. Good morning. It's still too early to fully read the verdict of the midterm elections, but it's already clear that Democrats have massively outperformed historical trends. Since the Great Depression, the president's party has lost on average 28 House seats in the midterms. And in this cycle, that's not going to be anywhere close to that number. And the simple reason is that voters rejected extremism at the ballot box. Democrats ran strong candidates with authentic profiles in their own districts who were able to draw sharp contrasts on issues like abortion and election denial with GOP candidates who were just outside the mainstream.
You know, but the last part of my question still holds. I mean, is there something to be said for the fact that there was, you know, a bit of a tug of war? There was concern among Democrats about the balance of power, a balance of power that's still being calculated. Is there something to be taken moving forward from the fact that this was not, you know, just sailing through the midterm elections?
The president's party never sails through midterm elections, is my point. I mean, the norm is to lose almost 30 seats. And so what you have to evaluate these results on is the historical trend. And the reason Democrats have outperformed that trend is because voters, although they do tend to like divided government, also are rejecting extremism. They see GOP candidates who deny free and fair elections, who deny women's rights to make their own reproductive health care decisions, and they don't feel comfortable with them in power. And go ahead.
Thank you. I was just to your point of, you know, that sort of, if it were to be the case that there were a, you know, as the results are being tallied, that there were a Democratic president and a Republican-led House and Senate, what are some of the challenges that would pose for you and your colleagues? What are some of the benefits?
The challenge, first and foremost, would be that while Kevin McCarthy might become entitled the Speaker of the House, Marjorie Taylor Greene would be the leader. She is going to be able to be the tail that wags the dog, and Americans are going to be subject to the most vile extremism that the GOP has to offer. And I think voters understood that and are really not confident of the GOP's ability to govern.
What were some of the priorities of Congress yesterday that will continue to be priorities tomorrow no matter what?
We've got to protect Medicare and Social Security. Democrats have been clear on that cardinal priority. In January, America's seniors are going to see their Medicare premiums go down and their Social Security checks go up. First time in a decade that 1-2 punch has happened, and that's in some measure to address what we all know is the very real pain of higher costs across the board. We've got to pair efforts to protect and expand Social Security and Medicare with efforts to lower costs across the board: food, prescription drugs, home heating. We know that this is the priority for the American people.
U.S. Representative Jake Auchincloss, thanks for joining us this morning. Catherine, over to you.